Yo, what's up, bros and broettes? Today is another awesome day. Today I'm going to be showing you how to take off the front bumper and the front fenders. Well, those are the only fenders you can actually take off. The back ones are quarter panels and they're actually made a part of the car. So, anyways, today I'm going to show you how to remove the front fenders and the front bumper. And I'm also going to show you how to remove the headlights as well, because I'm going to be taking those out of the way for right now anyways, just to clean up the front, to get it ready for the next video, which will be of me cleaning up the engine bay and everything. So first thing first though, to take off the front bumper, to take off the headlights is what I'm going to take off first actually. To take off that, there's actually these little plastic bracket pieces here that are held in by two Phillips head. One right there, and the same on this side. You got a Phillips head, one right there, and one right there. You just take those out. These little bracket pieces come out. And the main reason you gotta actually take this off is because there's a bolt here that you can easily see, but there's actually one underneath here, and it's, you know, covered. So in order to access that bolt to take off the headlight assembly, you got to get access to that bolt, and you can only do that by taking off these two Phillips heads to take that off. So then you'll have 1, 2, and you have 3, 4, and then there's two under. I think there's like 2 or 3 underneath that I actually have to raise the headlight to see. But last time I took the headlights off, I'm pretty sure that's what it was just 2 in there. So with that said, let's get to taking that bracket off. And now there's actually the hidden bolt right there. Let me focus this. Yep, right there and right there. So this one was obviously the one we saw that wasn't hidden. This is the one that was hidden. So, and obviously I'm gonna have to tilt this headlight up. So, and obviously there's no battery in the car, so you can lift it manually by taking this cap off here and just turning it in the direction of the arrow, and you'll see the headlight start to come up. So I don't know if you can see that, but there's one bolt. Where's the other one? The other one is tucked back in there somewhere. Can't really see it, but we'll go ahead and start getting all these bolts off. They're just 10mm bolts, and then we'll go from there. Alright guys, to go any further on, before I go any further on the headlights, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to take off the bumper, just to make things easier for me to get to those bottom bolts that bolt on the whole headlight bracket assembly. So next we're going to take off the bumper. And to take off the bumper, if your bumper has never had any issues, you never hit a curb, you never been in an accident or anything like that, then you'll have these clips right here. As you can see, mine are not attached. There are some, you know, you'd have to take off these. There's 4, 1, 2, 3 and 4. You take those off. That's just the, connects the bottom of the bumper to the core support. And then you got these 2 up here. You got 1, 2, and then on this side 1, 2, those. And then once you got those off, there are actually some bolts if you still have your fender liners. If you still have your fender liners, then there are actually screws that go through the fender liner onto the bottom of the bumper, which typically, like, they'll bolt in along the bottom right here. But since I don't have my fender liner in, I don't have to worry about those. So the only additional bolts on the side I have to worry about are 4 bolts. I have no clue if you can see them, but there's one there, and then one there, one there, and one there, which is kind of dark in there, so I'll highlight out. You saw what I was pointing at. But with that said, there's 4 bolts right there. So it's basically so basically like 4 bolts in there that connect. They're basically 1, 2, 3, 4. It's 4 nuts that are connected to bolts. It's connected to a bar, really, that the bolts are welded onto, which I'll show you what I'm talking about when I get it out. So with those undone, these two undone, those 4 clips undone down there, and then the 4 on this side undone, the bumper should come out. Make sure you unplug your bumper lights if you have them in. Obviously I have none, so I'm not too worried about that. So with that said, let's go ahead and get to taking all these bolts out. Once I got all the bolts out, we'll pull the bumper.
Hold tight, chemicals collide. Hold tight, hold tight, hold tight. Dripping lights paint the skies, all because of you. Dripping light.
Alright guys, so what we're going to be doing next is, now that you saw that I got those 4 bolts off top, as you can see they're all out, and out, those 2 right there, and these 2 right here. So next is to take out those 4 nuts that go, there's one right here, one right here, one right here, and one down there. So we're going to go ahead and get them from the inside with the fender well. Alright guys, so I got the 4 bolts off on this side. As you can see, there they are. Those are the 4 nuts that I was talking about. As you can see, it's starting to come apart now. The gap is now bigger. Now I'm going to go take the 4 off on that side, and then we'll go from there. Now again, if you have the fender liner, you're going to have to take the fender liner out to be able to get to those bolts or those nuts. So now that those 4, and it should come up. Unless I'm forgetting something, which I don't think I am. That should be it. So let's get to those 4 over there. Alright, so I was actually wrong. There's actually 5 bolts, 5 nuts that hold it on. I missed one like right here. So there's actually a fender liner on that side. I took it off already. But with that said, this front bumper should be ready to come off. So let's see if it comes off. So this piece right here is still connected. I don't know if you can see it. Alright, so aside from these 5 nuts that I was talking about on each side, and these, 4 up here, 2 right there, and 2 over there makes 4. There's actually 2 screws that you need to take out on each side. There's a bracket on the bottom that bolts into the fender, those 2, as well as, well, on this one it's over there, it's still on there. But it is now off, the bumper is off. So that, guys, is how easy it is to take off the front bumper of the stock front bumper of an S13 240sx. So next up, we're going to continue taking off the headlights. Like I said, on this one, I had already started taking off those 2 bolts. And then there's 2 left down there that I still need to take out. Those 2, and then I already took out this side one right here. So I'm going to go ahead and take those out and unplug this plug, and then it should come out. And you guys know me, I like to put my bolts back where they went, so Now the same goes for that headlight, so I'm going to go ahead and take that headlight off the camera and then we'll get started on the fenders. Alright guys, so as you can see I got the rest of the headlights out, the other headlight out I mean. Next is to take off the front fender. Now that is pretty easy for the most part. You got, you know, 1, 2, 3 bolts up top. Then you got 1 bolt right here, as you can see it. I've already taken out, you know, the bracing bolt down there, so that's not an issue. And then, yeah. So yeah, it's just this 1 bolt. Make sure to pop out your light or just unplug it. And then once you got those done, then you got some bolts down here on the bottom. If they're not smushed like mine, then you'll have to bend it. If it is smushed, you'll have to bend it back out so you can get to the bolt. You have 2 down here, 1 right there. And my other one is right here, which is smushed up, so I gotta bend it back down. And then you should have 1 right there. So you open your door, you got 1 up top, and then that's it. Well, actually, then you got 1 more down here, which you get from inside. So you got what's 3 across the top, 2. That's 5, 6, 7. You have 7 bolts that actually bolt the fender onto the car. So if your bumper's already off, of course. So let's go ahead and take the fender off. Alright, now I gotta go get my vice grip so that I can bend that piece back down. And we can get started with those last 2 bolts on the bottom, right under the door. Yeah, as you can see, got that bent back out. Now it's nice and, well, it's not perfect, but it's still better than what it was. Now I have access to these 2 bolts, and I'm gonna go ahead and take those out. Those are the last 2, and the fender will come off. Alright guys, I got the last bolt off, those 2 bolts down there. Let's go ahead and just lift this up. Alright, and there you go. Fender is off. That is it. Now I am going to do the same thing to the other side, take the other side off. But with that said, let's get to the, I'm going to go ahead and do the other side off camera. Because it's the exact same thing as this side. So we'll go from there. Alright guys, so as you can see, I got the whole front off. Bumper, headlights, fenders, they're off. The main reason I'm doing this is because I'm getting ready for, you know, to sand everything down, get paint on it. Not doing anything special, but that is how you take off the front bumper, the headlights, and the fenders. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I enjoyed making it. So with that said guys, if this video was informative to you and you guys really enjoyed it, make sure to hit that thumbs up and like and subscribe. Until next time guys, peace out and never look back.